Comedy Central, MTV, Nickelodeon, Cribs, The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, South Park. These are all amazing success stories, and they're also all the brainchild of Viacom. But there is more to come. Almost a year ago, Viacom set out to reimagine its iconic brands for a new generation of young digital native audiences. Let's find out more. Please welcome to the stage the president of Viacom Digital Studios, Kelly Day.
Hello, everybody, and hello, Kelly.
Hi.
We're going to talk about what you're doing at Viacom, but I thought we should set the scene a little bit before we do. Viacom is one of the biggest media companies in the world. Lots of great brands that people here will know: MTV, Comedy Central, BET, Nickelodeon. Yep. But like other big media companies, it's gone through a big period of change, and like other media companies, is grappling with new forms of competition, changes in viewing habits, changes in consumer behavior. So what are you guys doing to reach your viewers, your customers in this sort of new environment?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're in an era right now where the media industry across the board is changing very quickly. And, in particular, we see younger consumers shifting a lot of their media consumption towards, social media platforms, SVOD services, OTT platforms. And so Viacom Digital Studios was created just about a year ago. It's actually been a year this month since I joined the company. And I came to Viacom to build this digital studio, really to focus all of our resources and our corporate assets and IP and everything on really developing audiences and developing original content and business models specifically for this younger generation of consumers who are not really linear television watchers anymore.
Right. So does that mean new forms of IP, or creating new IP, or does it mean using new channels like Snapchat, Twitter?
Yeah.
How do you reach your audience?
Yeah, I think it's all of that. One of the things that we really try to instill in the team in the last year is a little bit of a sense of adventure in terms of the types of content that we create and thinking about formats and platforms. So in a nutshell, though, my team basically represents 5 brands: MTV, Comedy Central, BET, Nickelodeon. And then a couple of months ago, we acquired a digital brand, a company called Awesomeness, which is actually a company I used to work at. So we have 5 brands. We produce a little over 600 hours a year of original content under those 5 brands. And we distribute the content really almost anywhere that is not linear TV.
Right.
But most of the emphasis right now is around YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. And then we do sell, television and feature films to people like Netflix and Hulu.
Right. And I think we have a clip, do we, of some?
Yeah, I think we have. We brought just an overview of the different brands and the different types of content. You'll see a mix of scripted series, reality series, lifestyle. Again, it's really about thinking about what the platform is and who the audience is, and then developing original content experiences designed for that consumer on that platform. So we can roll the sizzle.
Let's play the clip.
Yep.
DJ D-Rec drop the beat.
For years, I've been dreaming of this moment.
This is going to be the best thing you ever had.
Oh, yeah!
To us.
My dear friend.
It was like an experience. I think it was beyond viral.
I'm getting accustomed to this lifestyle.
Today, Nickelodeon packed my lunch.
Snake jerky, butterscotch pudding, and scorpion pop. Wow!
Hey everyone, it's JoJo and Bobo, and welcome to the JoJo and Bobo Show.
Today's the big day, Gary.
Whoa.
Henry Danger style.
Your Slime Zone VR champion.
Now it's time for the ultimate snapdown.
Cheeto dust makeup. Is this a fad or fraud?
Unfortunately, I'm going to say fad.
I'd say fraud.
This is absolutely a fad.
That's actually my shade, I think.
Yoga is freeing. My name is Tina, and I run a yoga studio out of my one-bedroom apartment, which I share with my roommate.
Well, let's take questions from the audience. That's what you do. That's what I'll do.
Not to make this weird, but you're on my boyfriend's list.
I don't understand how this works.
She's trying to wingman her own boyfriend, and I respect it.
You are watching Basic to Bougie.
My fans and friends leave some really crazy comments on my Instagram. Looking at you like that made me smile and forget how to swim. Well.
I'm Spencer Pratt. I set out on a new journey to heal my mind, body, and spirit. Spencer Pratt will heal you. Yes, you.
Oh my God. Are you guys gonna sing for me or anything?
I don't care who you are, as long as you love me. Have fun at work. Bye.
They say what's happening, man. CIP right here.
This is Remy Ma.
This is Red Man, and I just rated those bars. Yeah.
Ready to get the party started. My name is Shiggy, and most people know me for starting to do the Shiggy Challenge. This thing going so big is crazy, ridiculous. I get me every time.
So there's good selection there. I mean, what are the challenges involved with taking older IP and getting it in front of a new audience? How do you go about doing that?
Well, I think, it's really been a pretty fun opportunity because if you think, for example, I'll give you one good example. So, with MTV, right? MTV is this incredibly iconic brand, right? And has been a really iconic brand for a long time. And I think, everybody at Viacom feels a lot of responsibility, right, for MTV.
It was a network that made Viacom what it was, wasn't it? In many ways.
I mean, sure, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It's been a huge brand for 40 years, and but younger kids, teenagers in particular, don't necessarily engage with MTV on linear television the way that they used to, and so what we have done in the last couple of years is really focus on all of these OTT platforms as a way to reach this new generation and introduce them to a brand like MTV, and it has been remarkably successful. So we have a Snapchat Discover channel, MTV. We've also brought back some IP. You guys might have heard of Cribs, for example. Yep. We brought back Cribs.
Well, I have, but I'm old, so But,
yes,
yeah, right.
Yes. But in bringing back Cribs, we knew that for Snapchat, it couldn't be the same Cribs that you saw in 2005 on television, right? And so we have a whole new format for Cribs. They are 3 to 5 minute episodes. We use a lot of digital native talent and sort of a next wave of celebrity talent. We've had Steve Aoki on there. We had Bella Thorne, Nash Greer. And we produce new original episodes of Cribs just for Snapchat. And it has been amazingly successful and has been a great way to reach this 13 to 24 audience who isn't a traditional TV viewer.
And do advertisers respond? I mean, advertising on cable TV used to be such a big business. And cable TV was, you had money from the distributors, from the satellite companies, the cable companies, and advertising too. Does that translate in this sort of new environment or not?
Well, it certainly does in that, we see a lot of advertiser and sponsor interest. I think that, all of these platforms, advertisers already invest quite a lot in all, Facebook, Google, Snap, et cetera. So what we really bring is one, this sort of brand association with a group of brands that really is, respected and is known for developing premium original content. We can ensure a certain amount of safety for brands on these platforms. And I think that this is where advertising is shifting more and more dollars. And so it's really important for us to make sure that we have brands that really resonate on these platforms and with these audiences.
Right. I mean, you mentioned brand safety. I mean, one of the big platforms you use is YouTube.
Yes.
In the UK, at least, there's a big debate raging about whether content is safe on YouTube because everything is there. I mean, how have you found dealing with them as a partner?
I think all of the platforms for us have been really great to deal with. They have real challenges, I think, given the scale of a platform like YouTube. It's not really easy to find a lot of these things that happen. I think that, they're trying. That's one of the reasons why for us, in partnership with YouTube, we control our sales rights. We're able to actually bring advertisers onto YouTube and give them some degree of certainty that their content, their advertising is going to be delivered.
So you can sell your own ad.
We sell our own ads on YouTube as well as most of the other platforms. Yeah. So I think there is some benefit both to YouTube and to Viacom to having that partnership and having us be able to go out and sort of bring in advertisers and say, yes, it's only going to run on our channels and in our environment.
And can you create new stars? I mean, is that something that,
Absolutely.
Can you create new stars using digital-only platforms? Can you tell us about?
Absolutely. So I think, one of the best examples, so like I said, we bought this company, Awesomeness, a couple of months ago. Awesomeness is a brand and a production company that really focuses on teen girls. And we've been in the business of producing film and television for SVOD platforms like Netflix for a long time. Great anecdote around that. We launched a movie with Netflix on August 17th, a movie called To All the Boys I've Loved Before. And within the first 30 days, Noah Centineo, who was the star of To All the Boys, added over 12 million Instagram followers. So this kid went from having about 500,000 Instagram followers. He had done some shows on, Freeform and Disney. He had, a pretty small social media base. To now, I think the last time I looked, he's approaching, 15 to 20 million followers. I mean, his life changed in 30 days.
Right. But that is a new business for Viacom, isn't it? To be producing a movie like that for someone. I mean, I guess you guys have produced movies forever through Paramount.
Yeah, I mean, Paramount has been in the film and television business, obviously, for a very long time.
100 years.
And more recently has been producing a fair amount, actually, for Hulu and Netflix. Awesomeness has been producing for Hulu and Netflix for quite a while. Yeah. We just announced a couple of other deals for MTV and Nickelodeon, selling shows into SVOD as well. Right. So we do consider this to be an area of the business that is going to provide a lot of future growth.
Right. And what about programming for other channels? I mean, you talked about 3 and 4 minute Cribs segments. I mean, I saw Trevor Noah up on there. Can you tell us about what you're doing with him?
Yeah, Trevor, he's a great character. And we film The Daily Show about 40 weeks a year. And we created a format a while back called Between the Scenes, which is a show that we literally shoot between the scenes of The Daily Show, where, as the camera cuts away, we film Trevor. And it's mostly him just kind of like this, talking to the audience. It's very authentic. It's very, sort of feels kind of talk to the camera because he's talking to the studio audience. He's incredibly natural in that environment. We started producing it originally for Facebook Watch. It's got over 300 million views, so it's been incredibly popular. In some cases, some of the behind the scenes shows get more views than the Daily Show itself.
But is it about extending his reach and the reach of the Comedy Central brand, or is it a money?
For sure.
Or does it make money too? I mean,
we have sponsors. So a lot of the sponsors of the Daily Show have also been interested in sponsoring Between the Scenes. So it's a great reach extension for the Daily Show sponsors and advertisers. But it's also a fantastic opportunity for Comedy Central and for Trevor because it's this whole completely original show that is an extension of The Daily Show, but it really lives and breathes on its own. I mean, if you watch Between the Scenes, you don't necessarily have to watch The Daily Show to enjoy Between the Scenes.
So he's bringing in new viewers, effectively.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm not going to try and put you on the spot here, but is there platform that you're particularly excited about now that you're using for Viacom content? Because these things, that they seem to come in and out of vogue. I mean, Snapchat. Everyone was talking about Snapchat. Snapchat's had a few problems lately. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, Facebook also struggling a little bit. But is there one, or do you take a kind of holistic approach and look at all of them in the same way?
We do look at all of them, but we don't look at them in the same way.
Right.
So, if you look at, the 5 biggest platforms that we produce for are YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. Putting the SVOD guys, since it's a slightly different model. Yeah. And we do produce for all of them. We produce very bespoke content, though, for each platform, because if you really look at who the audience is, how they interact with the platform, how they're sort of engaging either with each other or in some cases, like through Twitter, for example, with, maybe the talent themselves, they're so different. And I think it is a huge mistake to lump all of these social video platforms into one big bucket. So we do actually produce very uniquely for each platform, and it's really about, like I said, just sort of thinking about what the right experience is for the audience on that platform, and that's proven to work for us. And the last year, we have more than doubled our video views, and in the last 18 months, we've 3x'd our monthly video views. So every single month, we've been up over 100%. We've more than doubled our watch time across these platforms. So it seems to be a strategy that's really working and working for the audience.
Okay, final question, because we have about 30 seconds left. I said at the beginning, media industry in great flux. Challenges? Are you bullish long-term on the media space and on companies like Viacom that have great IP?
Look, a company like Viacom has tremendous brands, tremendous IP, amazing talent. We built this festival business with brands like VidCon. I'm super bullish. I think the industry is going through a lot of change, but I think that people love to be entertained. They love great talent. They love great stories, and that's what really cuts through in this environment.
Terrific. Thank you so much. We're out of time. Thanks very much, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.